Joining me now is Edward Lucas, who is a well-known journalist, and he is also now a candidate in the Westminster riding for the Liberal Democrat Party. Hi, Edward.
Hey.
What on earth is going on in Parliament? I mean, I don't think I have ever seen, it's always a bit of a circus, but I've never seen a spectacle like this now Partygate and Boris Johnson refusing to resign.
It's awful in so many ways. And it's partly that the Prime Minister broke the rules, let his staff break the rules, and that's an assault on the trust that holds democracy together. But then he's lied about it, and he's not just lied about it to the public, he's lied about it to Parliament. And that's an assault on the truth. And truth is another pillar of our system, which we can't do without. And the worst of it is he's getting away with it. Some people say that Boris is a swine, particularly the way he treats people, but he is the greased piglet. He's the animal you try and catch and it just wriggles out of your hands. And he's done that with this fancy footwork around the civil service inquiry and the police report. And the Conservative Party in Parliament is in a kind of despair. They can't stand what's going on, but they can't see any way of getting rid of him because they can't unite around any challenger who might get the votes to turf him out.
So they feel if they stick with him, that eventually this will blow over.
Their one hope is that it's a long time till the next election, could be as late as April 2024, and a lot can happen by then. And maybe the economy will recover, maybe people have forgotten all this, maybe the Labour Party will be going to another bout of its self-destruction, all sorts of things can happen. In the meantime, they've got a majority of 80, so let's play for time. And that's basically their thinking.
Can you tell an international audience how unprecedented is it for a British Prime Minister to now being potentially interviewed by the police under warning, and he may face a charge or a fine or both or either?
We've had plenty of prime ministers in the past who've broken the law, but not in the recent past. So this lying to Parliament, misleading Parliament, is normally a resigning offence. And it seems to me it's clear he has misled Parliament and he's not resigning. So he's been caught out misleading Parliament, which is one of the gravest offences in our Constitution, and he's not resigning. He's getting away with it.
What should happen? I mean, the opposition will continue to call for him to resign. It is overshadowing huge domestic problems, economic problems, international affairs. He had to cancel a meeting with President Putin to discuss a possible war in Europe with Ukraine. How does this end?
It's trashing our international reputation. It's a huge distraction from the urgent problems that we face. It's impeding the effectiveness of government everywhere. And the right thing to happen would be for Conservative MPs in large numbers to say they have no confidence in him. There would then be a vote of no confidence. They should vote against him. He would lose that, and they would then elect another Prime Minister. And then ideally we should have a general election where the voters could give their verdict on that. But none of that is going to happen. The Conservative MPs are privately disgusted, but they're also cowards. They're afraid of what will happen if they have to seek the verdict of the voters. And the result is we are stuck.
You are stuck with the
most dishonest and ineffective Prime Minister in living memory.
Last question to you. Is there any slack that we can cut? Number 10 Downing Street, where you say they were working 24/7 dealing with the pandemic, while the rest of us were under lockdown. They had to stay and deal with a crisis, and they had a glass of wine after work, or is it much more sinister than that?
Many people would cut them some slack if they'd been truthful about it. If they said, look, we were working 16-hour days, we were all in the same bubble. Yes, we got together and had some drinks. No, we shouldn't have done it. It looks terrible. It was terrible. We're really sorry. And I think it would have been over within a couple of days. It's this long drawn out drip, drip, drip of denial, evasion, obfuscation and untruth that is just trashing our truth. So this is trashing our international reputation. It's trashing our sense of truth and of trust and of fairness. And it's a huge obstacle to the effectiveness of government. And I see no way of it ending.